The year is 2024. The relentless Texas sun beat down on a crowded Dallas bus station. Commuters rushed to and fro, oblivious to the drama about to unfold. Among them, seemingly just another face in the crowd, was Janie Corbett, a 36-year-old woman with a secret. Unbeknownst to her, the long arm of the law was closing in. A team of undercover agents, their eyes laser-focused on their target, moved in, their every step a testament to months of meticulous investigation. In a flash, the ordinary day at the bus station transformed into a scene of swift and decisive action. Janie Corbett, the woman who believed she had outrun her past, was about to face the consequences of her actions. Corbett's arrest sent shockwaves through the world of healthcare fraud, exposing a scheme as audacious as it was intricate. The woman who had blended seamlessly into the mundane routine of the bus station was, in reality, a fugitive, wanted for masterminding a complex web of deceit that stretched all the way back to her home state of Ohio. Janie Corbett's story did not begin on that sweltering Texas afternoon. It began years earlier in Dayton, Ohio, a city grappling with its own share of challenges. It was there that Janie first ran afoul of the law, her name forever etched in the annals of white-collar crime. In 2019, she was convicted of Medicaid theft, a transgression that painted a clear picture of her cunning and willingness to exploit the system for personal gain. Ordered to repay over $200,000, a sum that represented the ill-gotten gains of her deceit, Janie managed to return only a fraction of what she owed. This blatant disregard for the law not only cemented her status as a convicted criminal, but also barred her from participating in the Medicaid program, a consequence seemingly designed to curb her fraudulent activities. But Janie, undeterred by the weight of her conviction, saw the ban not as a punishment but as a challenge, a mere bump in the road to her illicit aspirations. Fueled by a dangerous combination of audacity and desperation, she hatched a new plan, one that would dwarf her previous transgressions and ultimately lead to her dramatic downfall. This time, Janie was determined to play a high-stakes game, a game where the potential rewards were as substantial as the risks. Undeterred by her past conviction and driven by an insatiable appetite for illicit gain, Janie Corbett embarked on a brazen scheme that preyed on the very system designed to help the most vulnerable. Her weapon of choice? Medicaid, the government-funded healthcare program that serves as a lifeline for millions of Americans. With a cunning mind and a blatant disregard for the law, Janie devised a plan to defraud this vital program, amassing a staggering $1.8 million in the process. Her scheme was as intricate as it was heartless, a testament to her audacity and her willingness to exploit the system for personal gain. Janie's scheme was not a spur-of-the-moment act of desperation. It was a carefully calculated operation, meticulously planned and executed with ruthless efficiency. She understood the intricacies of the Medicaid system, its vulnerabilities and its loopholes, knowledge she would use to her advantage, transforming herself into a phantom, a ghost in the system, siphoning funds without a trace. With each fraudulent claim, each fabricated invoice, and each stolen identity, Janie tightened the noose around her own neck, unaware that her web of deceit was about to unravel. At the heart of Janie Corbett's elaborate scheme lay a network of phantom entities, counseling agencies that existed only on paper, figments of her imagination brought to life to serve her illicit purposes. These agencies, with their official-sounding names and fabricated credentials, were nothing more than fronts, carefully crafted facades designed to deceive and defraud. To breathe life into these fictional entities, Janie resorted to a particularly insidious tactic, one that struck at the very core of professional trust and integrity: identity theft. Janie preyed on licensed counselors, their hard-earned qualifications and spotless reputations becoming unwitting pawns in her game of deception. She stole their identities, assuming their professional personas as easily as one might don a mask. Armed with these stolen identities, Janie transformed her fictitious agencies into seemingly legitimate healthcare providers, capable of billing Medicaid for services never rendered. With each fraudulent claim, the chasm between Janie's fabricated world and reality widened, setting the stage for a dramatic reckoning. Section 5. The Walls Close In. A multi-state investigation. As Janie Corbett continued to operate under the radar, her fraudulent activities began to attract unwanted attention. The whispers of suspicion grew louder, eventually reaching the ears of those sworn to protect the integrity of the Medicaid system. A multi-state investigation was launched, a testament to the gravity of Johnny's crimes and the determination of law enforcement to bring her to justice. The investigation was a complex undertaking, a tapestry woven from the threads of financial records, witness testimonies, and digital footprints, each piece of evidence bringing investigators one step closer to unraveling Johnny's web of deceit. The Ohio and Texas Medicaid fraud control units joined forces, their collaboration underscoring the far-reaching consequences of Johnny's actions. The Dallas Police Department, their local expertise proving invaluable, worked tirelessly alongside their state and federal counterparts. And then there were the U.S. Marshals, their reputation for unwavering pursuit preceding them, their involvement a clear signal that Janie Corbett was no ordinary fugitive. The net was closing in, the pursuit intensifying with each passing day. Section 6. Justice's Long Arm, Apprehending Janie Corbett. As the investigation into Janie Corbett's Medicaid fraud scheme gained momentum, a sense of urgency permeated the air. The authorities knew they were dealing with a cunning adversary, one who had managed to evade detection for far too long. Time was of the essence. Each passing day presented Janie with an opportunity to disappear, to melt into the anonymity of a nation on the move, leaving behind a trail of financial devastation. The pursuit intensified, fueled by a collective determination to bring Janie to justice and to send a resounding message that those who exploit the most vulnerable will be held accountable for their actions. On August 16, 2024, that pursuit reached its dramatic climax. Acting on a tip, a team of undercover agents converged on a bustling bus station in Dallas, Texas, their eyes scanning the faces of weary travelers, their every sense on high alert. Among the throngs of commuters, they spotted their target, a woman attempting to blend into the crowd, her demeanor betraying a hint of anxiety. In a carefully coordinated operation, the agents moved in, their movements swift and precise, their years of training evident in their every action. Janie Corbett, the woman who had evaded justice for so long, was finally apprehended. Section 7. The Price of Deceit, a Litany of Charges. Janie Corbett's arrest marked the beginning of a new chapter in her story, one that would unfold within the hallowed halls of the criminal justice system. The woman who had once navigated the world of Medicaid fraud with impunity was now a defendant, facing a litany of charges that reflected the gravity of her alleged crimes. The weight of the law, once a distant threat, now bore down on her with full force. The charges against Janie painted a stark picture of her alleged transgressions, each count a testament to the depth and breadth of her fraudulent activities. Engaging in a pattern of corrupt activity, a charge that spoke to the calculated and systematic nature of her alleged scheme. Aggravated theft, a charge that underscored the substantial financial losses inflicted upon the Medicaid program. Identity fraud against a protected class, a charge that highlighted the callous exploitation of licensed counselors, their professional reputations tarnished by Janie's alleged deceit. And of course, Medicaid fraud, the charge that lay at the very heart of the case, a stark reminder of the program Janie was accused of exploiting for personal gain. Section 8. Ripple Effects, the devastating impact of Medicaid fraud. Janie Corbett's alleged crimes extend far beyond the sterile confines of courtrooms and legal documents. They represent a betrayal of trust, a violation of the social contract that binds us together. Medicaid fraud is not a victimless crime. It strikes at the very heart of our social safety net, diverting precious resources away from those who need them most. The financial losses incurred by Medicaid as a result of fraudulent activities like those alleged in Janie's case are staggering, but the true cost of these crimes cannot be measured in dollars and cents alone. For every dollar stolen from the Medicaid program, there is a human cost, a ripple effect that spreads throughout our communities. The elderly woman denied access to life-saving medication because of budget shortfalls. The single mother forced to choose between putting food on the table and seeking medical care for her sick child. The disabled veteran struggling to afford the treatments they need to maintain their quality of life. These are the real victims of Medicaid fraud, the forgotten casualties of a crime that often receives little attention. Section 9. The verdict awaits, seeking justice for a broken system. As Janie Corbett awaited her fate, her case served as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities of our healthcare system and the need for constant vigilance in safeguarding it from those who would seek to exploit it for personal gain. The wheels of justice grind slowly, but they grind exceedingly fine. The legal process, with its intricate rules and procedures, would take its course, ensuring that Jane's rights were protected while evidence was meticulously gathered and presented. The outcome of Janie Corbett's case remained uncertain, but one thing was clear: her story had shone a bright light on the dark underbelly of Medicaid fraud, exposing its devastating impact on individuals, families, and communities across the nation. Her arrest, the culmination of a multi-state investigation, sent a powerful message that those who engage in such activities will be pursued relentlessly and held accountable for their actions. The verdict, whatever it may be, will mark a pivotal moment in Johnny's life, but the fight against Medicaid fraud will continue, a testament to our unwavering commitment to protecting the most vulnerable among us.